Welcome to the You Truth Podcast. I tried to do a breaking news report and I'm being put on a 10-minute hold to check copyrights and whatnot because, I'm expressing my opinion about whether or not the statement released was a military plan according to a military sergeant in the Marine Corps. Breaking news here at the Youth Truth Podcast. All this stuff about whether or not they released plans. Well, let's say I was a sergeant in the military. Now, they were on a text, and he texted 1415, and then strike drones on target. Well, I know. My worst grades I received were in language arts, but that's a quote, and the parentheses don't mean anything, and all it says is, strike drones on target. If you're trying to write a book, you better understand a little bit about punctuation. This is when the first bombs will definitely be dropped. So, at the time, the bombs are falling from the sky and hitting the target, pending an earlier trigger base, but that's in parentheses, and they didn't put the parenthesis there. Oh, just a comma. And the quotes, whatever. But the bombs were falling. They didn't say at 13:45 they'll launch for strike groups. I mean, I've already watched the shows how they included the growlers. The Marine Corps. See, this is Marine Corps coming in there. Boom, 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 hot diggity dog. All right, but so they came from a Marine Corps attack ship, and the F-35A is the horizontally launched frickin' F-35. The real expensive one. The Marines get that hot diggity dog. And so, but the growlers are launched. And they go in with radar eliminating two F-18 growlers, man. And they go in there and they wipe out all the missile defense, jam anything else, and then 4 F-14s go in there and blow up 2 mountains. I mean, huge mountains. You should look the internet over how the battle went. They were the 2 high spots in Yemen, and with, I can't remember whether it was 2 bunker busting bombs per plane plus 2 really big, explosive bombs per plane. So that would mean 4 times 16 bombs. They took out 2 entire mountains. I mean, they are no longer the highest point in Yemen. But it was over. I mean, this guy couldn't even get the news out and posted before the bombs were dropped. Oh, we're releasing all the plans. Go USA, Youth Truth Podcast. Like, subscribe, comment, pass it on. That was enthusiastic, wasn't it? Share it, please. Now, I don't know whether all my facts are straight, but in general, from what I could see in print, pretty much they were talking about that thing that's already going on. And they're trying to say that detailed plans were given out when I don't believe even the reporter could get the story out before them big Marine Corps bombs hit. Now, I'm not sure of all the details because I wasn't there. But, you know, I believe that an F-35 Harrier is on a Marine Corps attack boat. You know, with the F-35C, the horizontal lift, you know, on a small, well, that's just where I think they're deployed from, without checking really hard into all the details and, you know, get my facts straight. But, you know, I do know a little bit about what's going on. But we'll see if they even let me post this. Hot diggity dog. You know, all because I called it breaking news. War plans released question. I don't believe that's a plan, one little statement. They don't tell the times and dates and the whole operational thing. And most of it could be my conjecture on what happened. But, you know, they're trying to make everybody out to be a liar because he said no plans were released. And he is Secretary of Defense. Number 3 in charge in a military structure. You know, you don't even know the rank structure in the military. President, Vice President, Secretary of Defense. Then generals and so on.